friend, my inspiration. Man, I can't say enough. Mr. Ako Abdul-Samad, can you come up? He's going to expand on the status of where you guys are at, but he's going to also, we lean to our elders for the wisdom. They say, old men for wisdom, young men for war, right? And we're in a fight and we're warring, but every time we show up, you there. You calling us to action my whole life. My whole life, and you're probably only a couple years older than me. So, man, I called you, I asked you to do this, you showed up, so please bless us, sir.
Give Bo a hand. Let's give him a hand. Stand up and give him a hand. Because of him, you're here today. Give this brother a hand. There you go. There you go. I'm not going to be long because I want you to do it. But first of all, now here, I'm only going to do this one time. I'm going to say good morning, and y'all going to say it loud the first time. I've listened to y'all 3 times. When they say good morning, I heard y'all say good morning. I want to hear a healthy good morning. Because you individuals sitting around here now, you come from kings. You come from queens. You come from individuals that have died so you could be here today. You have come from individuals that have built pyramids. Your history did not start here in America. You have a rich history. So when I say good morning, I want you to send a good morning around the world. We understand that? Oh, y'all weak. Y'all understand that? Yeah. All right, you ready? You ready? Yeah. Good morning. That's sent around the world a little weak, but we got that. We got that. Listen, everybody. This is so important. Why is it important? Because some of us haven't made it. My son didn't make it here. My son didn't make it to sit here at the conference for young men of color. My son was shot to death in '97. He had a bullet right here in his chest. And another young man of color shot him. And it was the night that he was coming to work for me, which made me proud. On December 10th, his life was taken. Long story short, the young man's name was Rodney, who shot my son. I took that young man in my house so nobody would hurt him. And I took him in my house because I didn't want to see him go to the penitentiary because I didn't want him to become a statistic. So today that young man has graduated from college. He has 3 children. His oldest son has a birthmark in the same place that he shot my son. I wrap my arms around him because we have to have a mindset change. We have to change. We have to begin to reach out to one another. I heard the brother say we can't get caught up in statistics. We can't. You can't believe the yoke-a-doke. When they tell you black folk can't work together, you laugh at them because black folk do work together. Look at this summit today. Look what you got going on today. When they tell you what's wrong with your music, you tell me ain't nothing wrong with our music. That's our cultural music. Ask our brother Will Keeps, who I love very deeply, who brings it to the schools. When they tell you that we don't respect one another, you say every race has people that we don't respect each other, but we respect each other because you know why? You're sitting here today. You're reaching out. You are so dynamic. You are such a beautiful young men sitting here today. You are the leaders of tomorrow. You will make the difference. Because if you don't, I won't be able to retire. I won't have no Social Security. So you will make the difference on who we are. Don't let no one define you. And as I close, because Bo asked me to give 5 things that we're going to do this year that you're going to come back next year and show that you accomplished. So when Bo gave me my marching orders, all I said is, yes, sir. That's all I said, yes, sir. That's what I do. Bo said, you got to be here by 9 o'clock. I said, oh, my God. I said, yes, sir. I'll be here by 9. But we're going to give you some marching orders. But we want you to understand that when we say from here to the next conference, we want you to stand up and be the leaders you are. We want you to be able to respect one another. We want you to be able to stand up and respect your parents, respect those who have come before you, because it's so easy to find the negative in people. Look for the good in somebody. Leave the negative alone because you don't want that to come within you. So look for the good in folk. And I say that because, you know, as I pull out, I wrote my little 5 things on one of them letters they sent me, one of them bills. So when I was tearing it up. But anyway, this is my notepad. But anyway, one of the things that I say to you, when you leave this conference, if you don't leave with nothing else, don't let someone define who you are. When I was in middle school, we called it junior high, my counselor called me in the office and told me, Akeo, you're not smart enough to go to college. You're not even smart enough to go to high school. If I had to let him define me at that time, I wouldn't have published my own book called Revelations of the Soul. I wouldn't have produced 4 television programs. I wouldn't have been vice president of the Des Moines School Board. I wouldn't have been a House of Representative serving District 35 for now 14 years. I wouldn't be here talking to you now if I had to listen to someone else trying to define me. Don't let people define you. You define you. You listen to people, but you define who you are and what you want to be. That's who defines you. Now we're going to do 5 things between now and next year. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to read 2 books. Books are your choice. But one book you must read is an autobiography of someone that you feel will inspire you. Someone of color. Whether it's Malcolm, Martin, whoever, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, which the movie is coming out on the 1st. You read somebody, one book that does that. Then you pick another book, but I want you to pick a book of a topic that you don't know nothing about. I want you to learn something new. We want you to take those, so there's 2 books by the end of this year going into next year. Then we want you to set up a savings account. When this you got 2 weeks, set up a savings account, and this savings account is for you. And you set up, you go to your parents and say, I want to set up a savings account. And you put that money in. Now, next year, because you got to sign up, Bo's going to have a place where you can sign up to get all this done. But next year when you come, we're going to see who saved the most money. And whoever saved the most money, Creative Visions is going to give you $500 to put in your account. Now, if we have a tie, we have a new brother in the community I want to introduce you to. Stand up, brother. This is Brother Charles Harris. And he said also that if whoever you have one person that saves the most money, Bo, Charles also is going to get $500. So that means if one person gets the most money, you can walk away with $1,000 next year in your savings account. Now let's be clear. This savings account is not for you to buy videos. It's not for you to do Fortnite. It's not for you to turn around and, just spend on something that, it's to help you to start saving money. Because if we don't save money, if we don't learn to deal with our own money, we will always, depend on somebody else. You got to deal with your own money. The third thing is that we want you to keep a journal. And again, you got to sign up, because everybody who signs up, we're going to give the journal to Hip Hope, to Bo, and you can pick up your journal from him. You ain't got to buy it. All you got to do is write in it. But we want you to write, as the brother said, we want to write your story. We want you to write your story about who you are. Write the good, the bad, the ugly. Write about it, and this is your journal. Nobody reads this. You write your own journal. That's what we want you to be able to do. The other thing is, we want you to, twice a month, volunteer at a nonprofit. If you can, if you're not in sports or anything, once a month, for a year, we want you to volunteer at a nonprofit. That means you can go to Urban Dreams, Creative Vision, the Wilkie House. We want you to volunteer somewhere in the community that will help other individuals. That's what we want you to do. Now, I think the last thing, and this is probably going to be the most difficult. It really isn't, but it probably will be. We want you to friend someone of a different culture. We want you to find somebody of a different culture, and we want you to share your culture with them, and we want you to learn what their culture is about. So that means if I wanted to reach out, and wait a minute, and this isn't do as I say, not as I do. All of these things that I just asked you to do, Bo and I are going to do the same thing. Now, the person that you get, that you friend of color, we'll know it, because guess what you have to do? You have to bring them to next year. You have to bring them here next year. And you get to introduce that person and talk about what you're going to do with that person. So you can't just show up and say, I did it. You're going to have to be able to show that. That's how we begin to build our community. That's how we begin to teach people. Because if we don't tell people about us, who will? If we don't share, we have to be tired of everybody telling our story but us. It's time we tell our own story. It's time we stand up. And on that savings account, I hope that not only like Charles and I would do it, but we're going to try to get some other folk involved. You know, and I'm not going to name no names like Robert Johnson, Reverend Johnson, and stuff who's going to donate some money to help do that. I'm not going to do that. Isaiah from Urban Dreams, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, he's in. We got another $500 from Robert Johnson for next year. That to me, somebody could walk away with $1,500 in their savings account. Well, we got brother here. All right, who's the brother? Tell me your name now. All right, Phil Holmes, Lisa. Hey, let's write everybody down, because we may have to hunt some folk. I may have to go find Reverend Johnson now. We recording? Okay, we got Phil. That's $2,000. That means somebody $2,000. We got, I feel like an auctioneer up here. All right, we got Phil Hall. You in? That's $2,500. That means next year, Bo, that means somebody in this room can walk in here and walk away with $2,500 in your bank account. Now, me and Bo and I, next week sometime, we're going to get together and we're going to go open our savings account. So everything that we say we want you to do, we're going to do ourselves. And we're going to even bring the person from another culture here to see what we're about. Now, understand, no matter what culture they're in, they're coming to see you and what you do. Understand that. That makes a difference. Are y'all game for that? Oh, come on. Y'all game for that? Yeah. Are you game for that? Yeah. Are you ready for that? Yeah. All right. One other thing, and I'm getting off stage, Bo, because I'm not the keynote speaker. So let me get ready to get off stage. I want y'all to stand up. While I get off stage. Look at the person next to you. I want you to say, come on, brother, you can't yawn like that, man. All right, brother, go ahead. Come on now. Let's wake up, y'all. This is wake up time. Look at the person next to you. If you're looking at me, you ain't looking at the person next to you. Now, I'm a little older, but I ain't blind now. All right. Look at that person straight in the eye. Stand up straight. Make them shoulders straight. Because you are beautiful. Now what I want you to do is repeat after me and make it loud. I am. Oh, come on. I am your brother. I will respect you. I will love you. I will stand with you. I will talk with you. I will not use Facebook to make my point with you, because I am a man-child, a beautiful man-child, and I can stand on my own because I am a young man of color. Shake your brother's hand. Hug your brother. Give him a big hug. Bo, thank you. God bless everybody.
Thank you, thank you. Don't go nowhere, Mr. Ako. Man. Hey, I got something for you. Again, I wonder if you guys missed it, because I forgot to say it in the beginning, is that Ako is the founder and executive director, CEO of Creative Visions, right there on 13th and Forest. You guys need to remember these places. That's a safe space. That is a resource. That is a place that will help. I know Ako will help. We are wearing these hoodies today because, hold on, man, I'm emotional today. But look, this is my cousin, Charles Lamont Lovelady. I take him everywhere I go. I talk to him in the morning. I've always got, my undershirt is always Charles. He was my god brother. He's my cousin. He was my road dog. And he was my competition because I went to Eastside and he went to Valley. And I was a running back, he was a running back. But when we would play Valley, they put me at linebacker so I could take him out. It was hard though. He was cold. And so, but we wear the hoodies because he got killed by two bouncers at a nightclub for wearing a hoodie. This is before Trayvon Martin and all that. And because of that, a lot of stuff, we found ourselves taking action. And Ako was the leader of that. I seen him support my aunt, who was Charles's mom. I seen him help her set up a nonprofit. But most of all, what I remember is that he had me bring a hoodie up to the Capitol where he gave a presentation to the House of Representatives at the Capitol in that hoodie and made them pass a bouncer bill so that ain't no one else got killed wearing no hoodie in no club ever since. And that was in 99, that was 20 years ago. Because he wore that hoodie on that floor that day. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. So I want to award you with the hoodie from us. Hip hope. You guys, I want to explain that part too. Now, I'd like my four people to come up. We got something else for you. And it's kind of a puzzle piece because you are a solution seeker and you put together some amazing things in the community that require someone to just set them there. Yep. However, nope. Let's just do it like this for now. Okay. So if you come to this side of the table, Mr. Ako. Okay. Now, what we did, I purposely made this because this is a work of art that I would love to see in your office at the Capitol, probably. But okay. So these is 4 pieces, right? So, all right. And so, right now, that don't make sense, right? So, yeah, so if you could think, okay, so let's piece this together. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all guys, if y'all guys don't know about Ako and his birds, y'all need to go to his office and ask him about his birds one day and be prepared to be there all day. And it says a man of vision, a man of power, because he also started a website that's called Pain to Power. And if you guys are taking notes today, you should be taking notes today, and you should write down paintopower.com, because it's really all about that. What amazes me, I've never questioned this man's heart, because he just told y'all, after the boy who shot his son, the same night he shot his son, he took him in and saved him from getting killed by his son's friends. He still keeps in touch with that man today. And that's pain to power, because he could have chose to hate that man for the rest of his life. That's power. That's power I don't even know that I possess. But I know that if I need to channel that power one day, I know who to go to. I know if I need to pass a law one day, I know who to go to. I know if I'm going to find myself a 13th or 4th, because it ain't always the safest place to be, I know where to go to. And so, again, a small token of our appreciation. We love you to death. Everybody give it up again for Mr. Ako Abdul-Samad.
I love this man. Give him another round of applause, please. And I do want to say, because I just seen the young lady, I do want to say this is a young men of color. But one of the things that we must remember, and take this to heart, never disrespect a woman. Never and not just any, I mean, don't disrespect any women, but don't disrespect black women, because they go through the same hell as men. Let me be clear. Don't disrespect women. Remember, your mama was a woman. Remember your aunt, your grandmother. They're the ones that shared that with you. Don't disrespect them. So when you get ready to have that little word come out your mouth, what is the B word and all them other words, remember, that's somebody's mama, or going to be somebody's mama, or that's somebody's sister. And you don't want anyone disrespecting your sister. So let's take up the cause and say, from now on, the respect is going to be there. God bless everybody. Love y'all.